Good evening, everyone, and welcome back once again to Vicious Rants. And of course, I am your host, your YouTube messiah, and often imitated, never duplicated, backyard superstar Tim Vicious M. Well, folks, before I get into this week's show, Nick Melton McGee at PW Smart Talk. Brother, I don't know what it is with you, whether you're just bitter because of the fact I won and you lost, or what. I didn't say one word about you last week whatsoever on this show, and yet you still choose to continually antagonize me. You're trying to provoke me into saying that I'm going to have you come on here on episode 100 to debate your issues with me? No, not by a long shot. Because you see, I already know what you're planning. As I told you before, you're dealing with a master strategist right here. I have a strategic mind that rivals greats such as Bobby the Brain Heenan. And yet you still choose to challenge me. I give you credit. You do show determination on that. But at the end of the day, determination doesn't pay the bill, son. I don't know what it is with your neck. You know, but you keep on wanting to challenge me. You know, you insult my client's show on a consistent basis, saying on how she's not running it. You have no right to go and question on how a show is run, because last I checked, when, and I emphasize when, as in past tense, your boy Josh was heading up SmackDown, you really never were around on Tuesdays. And aside from that, come on, seriously? The only thing relevant that's happened in SmackDown in recent history is the fact of Ambrose wound up getting a chair to the throat. And yet you choose to insult me. No. And you see, I may have hung my boots up and I may not lace them no more, but that won't mean I won't give you a DDT and give you a good old-fashioned ass whooping. You're on notice, Nick, so keep yourself on guard. Now, talking about with this week's show, with Raw. Now, this was the go-home show for TLC, and it was also the Slammy Awards episode. So, and not gonna lie, the Slammies wound up taking away from the feel of it being a go-home show, which you kind of need. You know, I say this every month. The two most important Raws are always the go-home show and the Fallout show. You know, it's a chance to end stories and build new ones on both episodes, but the Slammies wound up taking away from the feel of it being that if they'd have done the Slammies last week and have this week just focus on the show itself, I think that would have been better. But can't go back in time because Ali and Masked Mark won't let me go near their time machine again. That's a story meant for another day, though. There wasn't any opening intro. They were doing the Slammies right at the beginning. For the sake of time constraints, I ain't going to go into detail about who won what awards. All I'm going to say is, honestly, I like on how Roman's coming off. I don't think he should have won Superstar of the Year. There were other great, the fact that Brock wound up beating the streak and Bryan wound up winning at WrestleMania. It should have honestly really been between those two. And, should have been between those two more so than anything else. But it is what it is. So, start off this week with the first match, Dolph Ziggler versus Seth Rollins, in which case, if you listened closely enough, you could hear every fangirl's ovaries explode all in unison. Go ahead, listen. Do you hear it? Yep, I heard it. Okay. Now that we're done with pleasantries, match was good. These two guys, they work the ring phenomenally. You know, it's Ziggler, he's still coming off a Survivor Series with a lot of momentum on his side. Really like on how they're working him. You know, in all honesty, Ziggler really, he honest to goodness needs to win the IC title on Sunday to utilize on the momentum and keep moving forward. You know, do something simple with the ladder match. Have him win the title. Hold it until a little bit after Mania or until Mania itself. Challenge the new champion, because we know, challenge whoever the champ is at that time, the world champ, and then have him go after that. Even if he doesn't win, just have him keep chasing after it, like on how they were doing Roman. Just tailor Ziggler to be the guy. You know? And, you know, guarantee it'll be good. If they did it like that, Seth, you already know he's going to wind up being a huge name soon enough. I'm hoping that they wind up giving him the right opportunity soon. But yeah, back to the match. It was really good between them two. I absolutely loved it. I could watch them two fight all day. You know, they're both really great ring technicians. But that's it. Yeah, my thing is, Seth's good enough as it is. I just don't really see that J&J Security, that Noble and Mercury should really have to go and go and do interference. I know that they're there to give him heat, to help be a heat seeker, but you don't really, you want to go ahead and have him be a heat seeker, go ahead. But no need to go and have them interfere, in all honesty. Anyways, match came to an end. Just like from that, Ziggler was getting ready to go up to the top. Mercury wound up pushing Ziggler off. And then Rollins, boom, curb stomp. I'm pretty sure that's Ziggler's first loss since Survivor Series. Not 100% certain. Don't quote me on it. I'm just saying I think. If I'm wrong, by all means, feel free to tell me otherwise. I got no shame in my game and admit when I'm wrong on shit. But yeah, Seth won. Next matchup, it was. Oh wait, I've done impersonations of Cody, Dusty, and Goldust. Now I got to try and do one of Okay, I had to get that random one out there. It was Stardust versus Kofi, and yeah, again, to be honest, like I said, the New Day thing, the New Day stable, I can't get behind it. I mean, I don't see on what the stable is all about. I mean, few good examples with that. Four Horsemen, they were there because the stable was behind. They were showing that they were the best and they wanted it all. DX, they were just being a bunch of idiots and doing whatever the fuck they wanted, like some 13-year-old that got permission to run wild. You know, the Shield, they were the guys that said they were the Shield for injustice. The New Day, I just don't see. I don't see what it is that they stand behind. You know, I mean, their Titantron video just has a bunch of, just shows everyone doing, clapping like they're at a Black Baptist church. You know, I mean, if you had them coming out doing something like talking or preaching on how a new day's coming and, you know, gonna spread like some kind of a message, a positive one or something like that, that would work. But just saying that they're a new day, giving them a kind of rhythm for a song, and you know, having them come out doing that, Anyways, the match itself, it's pretty okay. You know, I liked it. You know, I mean, it wasn't anything to write home about, but wasn't anything too bad. I was pretty impressed. If anything, you know, I'm actually I'm looking forward to seeing this feud between the Dust Brothers and New Day. Yeah. Match came to an end. Kofi got the 1-2-3, courtesy of a crossbody from the top rope. Biggest shocker for me was the fact that they did it off of that. Not knocking the move, the crossbody. I'm just saying, you know, you see that as such a common, regular move anymore. You don't really see that many people go and get a win from it. And the fact that Kofi did, that was what surprised me. You know? But, yeah. But, yeah. Well, they announced later on in the night that they were going to have the Dust Brothers versus the New Day on the TLC pre-show. And so, looking forward to seeing that. Hopefully that'll stretch out their feud a little more, you know. Next matchup, oh yeah, nothing special. Just an NXT wrestler on Raw. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Wait for it. There you go. Yeah, Charlotte was there. Really glad to see Charlotte was on Raw. She wound up making her Raw appearance, had the NXT Women's title, emphasis on it being the Women's Championship, not some prissy little diva thing. You know? But she came out, had a match with Natty. Absolutely loved seeing them two going at it. It was great chemistry between them both. They worked so good. You know, absolutely loved it. And yeah, they need to put more matches like this on TV if they're going to want to try and rebuild the women's division. Because in all honesty, until the rest of the ST Divas get out of that locker room and they wind up bringing in the girls from NXT, this is all we're going to have is bullshit. All you're going to get is bullshit. You know? I mean, but yeah, the match itself, oh my god, it was beautiful. I wish we could get more matches like this on a regular basis for the women's division. It sucks that we can't. Glad that they wound up doing this to help build up hype for TakeOver coming up. And, you know, personally, aside from this, I would have also had something like have Adrian Neville go up against someone else, or have Adrian Neville versus somebody, and then have Sami Zayn versus somebody, literally one right after another, to help build up hype, so that way you could talk about on how Neville is going to fight Zayn for the title. You know, it's just random things to help build up. It's the little things that wind up making the overall show good. You know, but the match came to an end. Charlotte was getting ready to go for a figure four, and they countered each other back and forth with some roll-ups. Natty wound up getting the win with the roll-up 1-2-3. It was good seeing that. Little surprise on how Kid was just being played out. Obviously, Kid's got his heel roll, but he didn't really feel like he was just being utilized for that. But I ain't arguing on it. Yeah. Right, now, next matchup, it was Eric Rowan versus Luke Harper. And, yeah, I gotta tell you, like I said, digging Rowan's music, it's really hitting good on me. Yeah, it kind of has like a nice little beat and a chime to it. I really starting to dig it. Harper, like I said, if you don't want to wear the title, I got no problem with that. I got no problem with Harper being the champ whatsoever. He's a hell of a talented guy, definitely deserves it. But do not drag the damn title. Men have broken their backs and bled to win that thing more times than I can count, and you're just going to drag it around like it's a frickin' luggage bag. Now, ugh. You know, put it over your shoulder. You want to do the crazy thing like Stardust, have it all buttoned up and then wear it around your neck. Go ahead. You want to put it over, just go it across like this or just here. Okay. Do not just drag it though. It's insultive to the title. Anyways, aside from that, Harper also was bringing down a ladder. Again, emphasizing and building up for his ladder match with Ziggler. And these two, not normally a big fan of two big guys going at it in the ring, as you guys may or may not have noticed. But this was actually fairly decent. It didn't feel like it was two giant guys. It felt like it was just two regular guys, like 6-foot fellas just swinging at each other, you know? Wasn't really able to pick up on if they have too much good chemistry work going against each other or not. It just felt like a good, okay match. Excuse me. Right up until the end of it, when Harper wound up tossing the ladder at Rowan, they called for the DQ, and Harper wound up showing some real good athleticism, because right after that, Rowan got him, went to go throw him into the stairs, and Harper literally just ran and then jumped over the stairs and jumped over. Jumped over the stairs, yeah. Ugh. Get my damn words right. Wound up doing that, was really impressed, and yeah, I'm digging the hell out of this. I hope that we can get more. I hope that we can see them two going at it later on down the road. You know, maybe rehash this story for Rumble. You know, don't have these two cross paths with each other until then, until it's time to build up for the Royal Rumble. Then that would work. You know. I mean, again, that's just me, my crazy thinking. And next up, it was a trios match. The Usos and Ryroyd versus Kane, Miz, the Ball Bag, and Mizdow. Now, Mizdow, you know, like I said, whatever the hell Mizdow is getting paid, he needs to get it fucking tripled, man. Because the way the guy works, you know, he has literally, he does a better Miz than the Miz. And I absolutely love it. I love it. You know, and yeah, also they had Seth Green on commentary, and if you thought Jerry Lawler, Michael Cole, and JBL couldn't make a match feel more awkward, go ahead and have Seth Green try and answer questions in kayfabe. Yeah. Awkward. But, yeah. It was just... As far as what the match goes, Usos I can really care less on. They're basically a team of high spots, super kicks, suicide dives, stink face, crossbody. You know, that pretty much describes their entire moveset. You know, and I'm sure it's... You know, don't have... The boys don't give me any kind of interest whatsoever. Not saying they're bad, I'm not saying they're good, I'm saying they are not even on my fucking radar. That's on how much I don't care about them. Yeah. Miz and Mizdow, they're a good tag team right now. Utilize that until the pay-per-view, have them drop the titles then, and then have Mizdow go face, beat up Miz or something, and then build up a story between them two. You know, but yeah. Ryback, I'm just kind of hoping he winds up... I'm just kind of hoping he trips, falls, and breaks his neck. Yeah, but yeah, that rotten cocksucking motherfucker. The match, the only part of this match I was really impressed with and really happy with was when Miz was getting a suplex. Mizdow literally stepped into the ring right next to Miz. One of the Usos just looked like, the fuck is he doing here? And then gave Miz a suplex, and Mizdow actually suplexed himself. That was just freaking awesome right there. You know, match came to an end. Ryroyd wound up getting a shell shock in, got the 1, 2, 3, and then Seth Green wound up coming in trying to pick up his arm to lift it like, yeah. Next up, AJ versus the Bella that got the boob job. I can never remember her name. Something, yeah. Anyways, this match, it was what it was. It was an ST Divas match. You know, seriously, you got the only girls on the roster that are actually wrestlers are Paige, Emma, or not Emma, Paige, AJ, and Natty. Other than that, all the other girls really are just, I mean, yeah. And yeah, I was glad to hear AJ won the Diva of the Year award, because in all honesty, it could have been worse. They could have had Ava's Got Herpes win it. So yeah. But this match I really didn't care on. This was my bathroom break match. You know, I didn't even see the end. I didn't even see the whole match. I wound up missing it the whole time. And I had that. Thank God for DVR, because I had to rewind to see what I missed, and I was like, oh, I didn't miss much. Okay. Yeah. Next up, it was the main event, John Cena versus Big Show. And talk about an impressive main event for the night. It's... Oh, wait, really? This is the main event? Oh, man. I'm not sure which I would have preferred more. This or an ST Diva segment, that main event. Yeah, that yawn pretty much exemplified on how I felt on this. It was really... Like I said, Big Show, he comes off, when he's a heel, he comes off in one of two ways. He comes off as yeah, I'm a bully, you know, like that, or as a angry giant talking like this. Dude, seriously, they make medicine for COPD now. You know, you can get some of that, it'll help with the breathing, you know. No need to do short one-worded sentences with each breath. You know, and Vince said it himself a few years ago, and I'm gonna keep on emphasizing this until I'm either 6 feet under or this show is done, whichever comes first. Big Show ain't been a hot commodity since 1998. You know? Ain't nobody giving him any kind of a big damn on him. He's just there as an attraction because he's a big guy. You know? Yeah, you want a list on how many big guys you got. You got Big Show, Kane, Rowan, Harper. Those are the only 4 giants. They tossed out Khali, which he was... You know, you want to talk about walking natural disasters. He was my favorite one to laugh at. as far as with disasters go. But it, Show, yeah, he's not an attraction, really. Nobody's gonna go out there to go and buy a pay-per-view or go to Monday Night Raw or SmackDown to go and see a Big Show. But their match, yeah, wasn't really... It was like the same match you've seen them two do any other time. Really could care less on it. Cena wound up getting the win from the DQ. And, of course, Seth wound up causing the DQ to give Cena the win. And then, of course, then out comes Ziggy, and then out comes Kane and Rowan and all that, and that you basically got everyone from Team Cena and Team Authority squaring off against each other again. The only ones that was missing was Mizark. But yeah, it's honestly really it didn't feel good. It didn't leave a good go-home taste in my mouth. And for the love of God, if I hear Michael Cole talk about on how TLC is the demolition derby for WWE one more time, I'm going to take his instructions on how to download the app from on the phone and cram it down his throat so fucking hard they're going to have an alien species of unknown origin figure out a way to dismantle it. Ugh. But yeah, other than that, show was pretty okay. Didn't have a go home feel, but I chalk that up to the Slammies stole that from it. So that's all the time for this week's show. Like all normal, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch all the other episodes. Look for me on Twitter at TimVicious. Make sure y'all look for my backup account, Tim_Vicious. I haven't been put in Twitter jail in a while, so I've been using it to help plug this show. Also, folks, make sure y'all check out all these cool-ass cats right here on Twitter. Vicky Earls, I Am Danny Sunday, Mucky Moss, the brain fart. Make sure y'all check out Vicky's YouTube channel. Axel Mulligan, make sure y'all check out Axel's show, Axel's Analysis. Brother, I can't wait to hear your thoughts on Final Battle, man. I still say the spot of the night on that was that super kick to the jaw. You know what one I'm talking about. I ain't gonna give much spoilers for those that ain't seen it. The Sunday Segway, Cranky Grandpa, Legion Lady Aaron, Ava Ben, Just a Stupid Mark. Make sure y'all watch Ollie Ben's and Mass Mark's past episodes of TNA Turnaround. Yep, because TNA isn't around at the moment. And again, Mark, you're a piece of shit. Also, Bronx Bitch Forever, who, as I have said before, is my client and the true Raw General Manager, contrary to all popular belief and the false propaganda that the douchebaggery of Nick Meltzer McGee is spewing out of his anus known as his mouth. No. My client still is the Raw General Manager. We just allow people to have a face to look at, so that way they can say, "Oh yeah, this person's in charge." And like I always tell y'all, you love me great, you hate me, fuck yous.